Hi, I'm Kristin.
Hi, I'm Phene. This is Insights, and today we're here with
Erin, Ryder, co-founder Playmakers Nashville.
And Emma Mae Bradley, co-founder of Playmakers Nashville.
Well, thank you all for coming. Would love to learn about each of you and just kind of do little intros. And then we can kind of jump into some fun questions. So
Love it.
Sounds
whoever wants
good.
to start?
Yeah.
Erin?
Should I talk to you? Yeah.
yeah, sure.
I just immediately, I'm like, hey, girl. My comfort blanket.
Right.
My name is Erin Ryder. I am a professor of practice at Belmont University in the Sports Administration Department. I'm also the co-founder of Playmakers Nashville, which we're really thrilled about. I have about 25 years experience in sports production, in live and unscripted sports. I was at NBC Olympics, ESPN, Amazon, working in both live and unscripted. And more recently, I moved to Nashville about 4 years ago, excited about a change. And I met this one, and really so much has kind of come to fruition the past few years, building on so much of the work that I've wanted to be doing in sports.
That's
Amazing.
awesome.
She's the best. My name is Emma Mae Bradley. Along with Erin, I'm the other co-founder of Playmakers Nashville. In my job for income, I'm the chief marketing and content officer of a global girl empowerment brand called Rebel Girls, where we work to tell stories of amazing women all over the world, but we really focus about telling stories about women in sports. My background, also about 25 years. We were born in the same year. Is also in the sports field, but more on the marketing and operations side. I've worked at brands like Red Bull, Turner Sports, the NBA, Nike. I was the president of the Washington Spirit, which is an NWSL team, professional women's soccer. Moved back to Nashville, which is actually my hometown, about 2.5 years ago now, really to be closer to family. And so got to Nashville, met this one, and as they say, the rest is history. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly right. So
Where and how did y'all meet?
I was on a mission to meet as many amazing women in sports that I could. And so someone recommended that I meet Emma, but they never actually made the introduction. And so I found her on LinkedIn. I asked if she'd come to coffee, and we hit it off over coffee, like amazing. And then there was someone that I was like, you have to meet, I think, who would become like our third best friend. And so we actually went to drinks that same night.
Amazing.
And we just started talking about our past and what we wanted to be doing together, and being here and what was available, and who we were meeting, and really feeling like we were starting this community already, but knowing that it was so necessary. And so that was about 2 years ago now.
yeah, I mean, truly, like at the end of the night, it was 3 executive level women living in Nashville who all 3 of us have global experience in the sports business. You couldn't have scripted it, right? Like it was super random. And honestly, when Erin reached out, I was in my I'm hiding from everybody phase. We had just moved. I really was. We had just moved back to Nashville, and I was really just trying to figure out like the city that I once knew. It's changed so much, and what was in store for me, and how did I want to approach life here. And I don't think I had really made any decisions about that. So I was like, yes, I'll have coffee, but I don't know if I can really help because I don't even know what I want for myself. And so it was truly a really special day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's fascinating.
I want to meet somebody and have coffee and then drinks later that night. Like, you don't find connections like that in adulthood as much or as often as, kind of younger college age where you're just networking all the time.
Yeah.
But that's really, really cool.
The most fun part of that was I think we were both also looking for something in Nashville that we couldn't find.
Yeah.
So finding one another and a few other kind of key women made us then start building, what became the foundation of Playmakers. Yeah. But really it was like meeting Emma and a few other women was like what I needed to remind myself why I was here, what I was doing. And it was like the incentive, kind of the fire under myself to start doing the real work that I was hungry to do.
Yeah. You kind of made what you were missing.
100%.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well, this is what I've been looking for. Can we do this together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when did that kind of evolve?
How did drinks turn into Playmakers?
Okay, remind me what month drinks was in.
January 8th.
No, that was.
Oh, the drinks.
The drink.
February
of 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. So drinks was February of 2024. I think we spent a couple of months like feeling each other out, like kind of going to similar hangs together and poking around the Nashville sports industry. And I think we were both poking in the same way, some in different ways. And I think by the summer, we had both really identified that there was a missing gap for supporting women here in town in the sports industry. I don't think we at that point would figure out like what the plan was to solve it, but we're like, no, this is a gap. And like we keep meeting all of these other women who say it's a gap. Is there something there? And it wasn't until a year later, in January of 2025, that we made the decision to officially make the decision to kind of start Playmakers. I will say the 6 months between that summer when we were like, and when we decided to start it, we did a lot of self-reflection. We did a lot of meeting with people around town, just trying to understand, like, could we do this? Do we know how to start a nonprofit? Like, what are we thinking? Are you going to stay in Nashville? Am I going to stay in Nashville? Is this going to be our home? Like, are you committed? Am I committed? Are we committed to each other? Are we committed? You know, like there was a lot of decisions to make.
Yeah.
And we really took that 6-month period to, I think, do a lot of like thinking and then we made a decision.
Yeah. It was almost like, again, when the fates aligned, because I was thinking about leaving and exploring options in other cities. You know, Emma wasn't sure if they were going to buy a home or not. And so when we came together on January 8th, neither of us knew what the other was going to say. And if either of us said no, it wasn't going to happen. It had to both be hell yeah from both of us. So we sat down at a little restaurant in East Nashville, and I don't know who said it first, maybe you, that you were buying a home and you were committed. And then I said, I got a job at Belmont and I was committed.
Oh, I just got chills.
And it was amazing because that was the start of everything. Because that night we set to work, but that next morning we started coming up with names and then doing the IRS and doing all of the things that we had to learn to create a nonprofit. That was really the first thing.
Like Google,
all the
how do I start a nonprofit, right? Like what step one, question mark, right?
Yeah. So that, and then we took, gosh, months to meet with everyone purposefully, every organization, every man, every woman that worked in sports, because we wanted to do a few things. One, make sure we were doing it with the right people, and two, make sure people weren't surprised by what we were doing, and then be really thoughtful. Nashville has a really rich history in sports. We weren't the first ones to think about this. We just wanted to do it the right way. So we wanted to make sure we were doing it, one, with the right people, two, with the right intentions. And it took a lot of work. I think we drank more coffee in 1 year than I've ever. We had coffee meetings sometimes 9 times a week.
She's holding a coffee right
It's
now.
purposeful.
That she bought for me literally 30 minutes ago. I was like, can you please pick me up?
Because you also have full-time jobs in addition to starting this nonprofit.
As it turns out.
Yeah, so now you just have 2 full-time jobs.
Correct. Yeah. Don't tell my other boss that. She knows.
She's one of our biggest donors.
Yeah,
we love her.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Love that.
So can you kind of give us an overview of what the organization is, what it's about, kind of explain to us like we're 5 years old?
Yeah. So Playmakers Nashville is a 501c3 nonprofit organization focused very simply on elevating women who are either working in the sports industry or who want to work in the sports industry. We're a membership organization, and we do membership by doing a cohort model. So we've got 3 cohorts that we've launched with. Cohort number 1 is for students, college, undergraduate, graduate level students, and that cohort is 100% subsidized. It's free for them to join, and we subsidize all of the costs for them to be members. And by I say me, I mean our amazing donors, our amazing partners. The second cohort is for women who are sort of entry level into sort of that 9-10 years of professional experience. And we call that cohort our captains. Our college cohort is called our starters. And then we have an executive level cohort for women with 10 plus years of experience. That's our champion level cohort. And both our captain and champion level cohort, there's a membership fee, but absolutely very reasonable. And both are also subsidized. So $149 and $249 a year, respectively. And as part of your membership, what you receive is sort of programming in 3 pillars. Thing number 1, access, which is how can we help provide additional access for you to the sports industry. We do that mainly through scholarship programs, of which InsBank is a proud partner of.
Shameless plug.
Whoop, whoop. And we launched 5 scholarships in our first year, which is something that we're like wildly proud of.
So proud of.
The second pillar is community. And when we think about community, we think about it through a couple of lenses. Number 1, mentorship. 2, philanthropy. And then 3, fun. Like pure, just like no questions asked. Don't have to put on anything fancy. No, how many people did you meet? Like just come and have fun. Yeah. We both feel that there's not enough opportunities for women to just relax, take a load off. And then the final pillar is growth. And that's really how we think about personal and professional development. And so when we think about that, again, we use the cohort model. What a college student needs isn't what someone with 8 years experience needs, isn't what someone with 25 years experience needs. And so we do that with an online and in-person model, providing online resources, in-person resources like panels and fireside chats and all of that good stuff. And period. And that is sort of like the overview on Playmakers. We launched membership a week ago.
How exciting.
A week ago tomorrow.
Yeah.
We spent the first year building, sitting boards, fundraising, getting corporate partners, et cetera. What have I missed?
That was pretty amazing. I think for us, Playmakers came out of, like Emma said, the gap, but it was a need for us. So selfishly, we built something for us, but it comes in a bunch of sizes from, an opportunity for us to service women in a way that and support women in a way that we weren't supported, maybe, and the way we would like to be supporting women.
Yeah.
And so I've never really had a mentor that was a woman in sports, and having 25 plus years and not having that and being able to then give that back is so amazing to us. Like Emma said, finding all of the people to help us build this has been the most amazing part. The partners, the boards, we have 3 boards. We have a board of directors, an advisory board, and an honorary board.
Because why don't you just have 3 instead of just 1?
Why have 1 when you can have 3?
Why have 1
100%.
when you can have 3?
So, and then with our committees, we realized we already had 60 people that are building and helping us make this, but we needed so many minds to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And then our partners have been incredible. We started with 5 founding partners, the Tennessee Titans, the Nashville Sounds, the Nashville Predators, Vanderbilt University Athletics, and Rebel Girls.
Yeah.
And so that was really important. But it's our impact partners that have really kind of helped create this. And so InsBank is one of our impact partners who came on right away, saying yes to everything we asked for. Athletes Unlimited, and we just made a deal with the Borchetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix, which we're really excited about. And then we have community partners with Belmont University, the Nashville Stars, and
the Nashville Sports Council.
And the Nashville Sports Council, who are really happy to support and who are amazing partners to us. So for us, we've just aligned with anyone that has missions and values aligned, because it's going to take a village to build a village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be in a village, you have to also be a villager. I heard that quote recently, and I absolutely live by it, because
I love that.
To be a part of a village and reap the benefits of being in the village, you have to be a villager. You have to go out there and provide things.
I'm obsessed with that.
Something in return.
Where did you hear that?
Instagram University.
Listen.
What would we do without it?
Thank
you.
The algorithm.
Yep,
the
algorithm.
What I needed to
It was
see.
algorithming.
Yep. All right. I love it.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
And you guys
what a cool
accomplished all of
story.
that in a year.
Yeah, how did you, I know Nashville was native to you, but you moved away, you come back, you moved to Nashville recently. How did you find these networks? Did you just find email addresses and hope for the best? Like, what were your strategies in building these partnerships with these massive organizations to help support your mission?
It's a great question.
We really started with the Nashville Sports Council. There are a couple of folks that have been there for a long time. And one of them is this amazing man named Jake Ryder. And I reached out to Jay and I said, hey, I'm back in town. What are you guys doing for women? And he said, we have a women in sports committee. I'd like to introduce you to the chair. Her name is Sheila Gibson. Sheila works at HCA. You can sign up to be on the committee. I said, done, right? So signed up to be on the committee, met Sheila Gibson, who is a remarkable woman who has been instrumental in fighting for and to bring women's sports to Nashville. Grew up in East Tennessee, played collegiate basketball, has been an executive at HCA for over 30 years. But she, as it turns out, had she known that she could have worked in the sports industry, possibly her life would have taken a different turn. And so what we were trying to do really resonated with her. And so where it started with the Sports Council and Sheila, truly, every single person was like, all right, now who do we need to meet? And they would then say, okay, you need to meet, you need to go talk to a woman named Margaret Bem. You need to go talk to Monica Falknotson at the Sports Authority. Here's who you need to talk to at the Predators. Here's who you need to talk to at the Titans. And every time we took a meeting, we'd ask for who are 2 or 3 people, right?
Smart.
And that is really how we grew the network. And then also Erin is remarkable at just like tracking folks down that she thinks that we should know.
I have like a sixth sense. I'm like, we need to know that person. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to cold email them or I'll cold LinkedIn them. Or I will literally chase you out of a venue, and I will track you down and say, we have to have coffee. That's how we met Nancy Van Rees, who has been remarkable to us as well. But we were leaving an Athletes Unlimited women's basketball game, and I was like, we have to meet this woman. We've been in so many rooms with her. She clearly works or wants to work in sports or is passionate about sports. And so I was like, we're chasing her down. And she's like, no, we're not. And I was like, we are.
But put your tennis shoes on and running.
Like, you are. But that's how passionate we've been about this. It's like, to find the right people has been really important to us. And so when you look at our board of directors, when you look at our advisory, when you look at our honorary, when you look at some of the founding members that have joined us or people that are on our committees, it is the ground floor of who is building sports in Nashville. That was super important for us not to leave anyone out. So it's an organization for women, but it's our allies that we're most proud of that have joined us, that have said yes in so many different ways. But for us, we knew that we didn't know enough. We knew that we had never started a nonprofit. We knew that Emma had been out of sports here for a long time. I had never been in sports here, and we needed to build trust. And people needed to see us, but hear us in a way that that resonated and that they understood that we were going to do things the right way. And then some of them even just wanted us to see us build it. And so we would throw events with the Sounds and with Athletes Unlimited. And the more we built things and the more we showed people, the more they really understood what we were doing, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And sometimes just seeing serious too, probably.
Without a doubt. I mean, we took a meeting with an amazing legend named Margaret Bem, and I think we were both very nervous to meet her because she has a reputation of being sort of like the godmother of women's sports in Nashville. I don't know if I'm just giving her that title or not, but and we sat down with her at Germantown Cafe, and the first thing she said is, "Your paperwork's in order. I looked you up." And we were like, I'm glad that we did the paperwork before we had the meeting. Because,
wanted to make sure you weren't just just another pitch, another
absolutely
empty conversation.
1,000,000%. And listen, we have not done all of this right. We have learned so much along the way. But, one of Erin's superpowers is like the details. And so without her, we would not be where we are because it is a superpower that is not mine. So there's that.
We all have different strengths.
But that's it.
Well, you got to surround yourself with the people that are strong in ways that you're not, and then you complement it differently. And
100%.
How you build something.
Having, first of all, only met one another about 2 years ago, but to working so closely, like we work 24/7 on this. And someone asked us the other day, do you argue? And the answer is yes and no, because there are so many things that we just have to decide on. And I think that has given us the grace that it just has to get done. And it better done than perfect in some ways. But we found such a rhythm in Emma is so amazing at big thinking and great ideas and coming up with things on the fly. Even we'll be in a room pitching someone and she'll come up with something and I'm like, oh, we got to deliver on that at some point. So we get home, we're in the car, our mobile offices. We work out of our cars so much in our mobile offices and we're like, oh, we got to figure out how to put that together. Or we'll come up with this great idea, like here's how we're going to build the website, and then we have to figure out how or you know, what to do it. And so the pieces to put it together to do it. But really, it's been the amazing women that we've found that we are astounded by every single day, that ask incredible questions, that push us, that think of things that we would have never thought of. And so we count our lucky stars every single night that people have said yes and then done it, rolled up their sleeves and built this with us, which has been so incredible because we are just two people who have never started a nonprofit. So even seeing like you guys saying yes to having us here, like is so generous. And so it's leaning on one another and our partners has been really fun.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love it.
So with these meetings and different people that you've met, you've mentioned, you know, names and roles at different organizations. I'm not sure if it's a coincidence or intentional that you're working with women along the way, or if it just so happens that they are women. Is that part at all of how you grow this organization and being intentional about women in sports to work with other women in sports? Or is that sort of just the nature of how it evolved and who you needed to get in touch with?
I think the answer is yes, and a little bit of both, right?
Yeah.
Like when we are building this for women, hard stop, right? And we're proud of that. We're not going to shy away from that. And we know that we have to have the best allies out there. When we were putting together our board of directors, we certainly didn't say it has to be all women, right? Or this has to be that way. And we wanted to be intentional that to build a focused organization around women, we wanted to have really great women thinkers in the room with us. And so, yes, it's been intentional, and we have the most amazing allies, advisory board members who are men, of course, and we could not have done this without them. Chris Cahill from InSpank is on our advisory board and has been such an instrumental advisor, like truly advisor to us on all things sort of finance and banking. So it's like yes and would be the answer.
Sure. Yeah, such a good answer. Also for us, we wanted different perspectives. I think that was the biggest thing, is we wanted to be inclusive. We wanted to have diverse voices. We wanted to start looking like Nashville. And to do that, it was going to take more than just the two of us. But also, to build sports the right way, you also need partners outside of sports. And so we were intentional of not just finding the teams and the leagues here or people that work and build within them, but also people outside of that have supported sports, that understand what it takes to put things together financially, put things together strategically. And so we found a very cool medley of people that understand sports, but they don't necessarily need to work within it to fit, what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha. Love that. You also said that when you were getting ready to ideate on the name, what was that process like?
Such a good
how
question.
did we land on the name?
What didn't make the cut?
Was it like the Facebook and you had to drop the?
We had a list going that was like a working list that we would just add to. We knew that was going to be important. And so there were two ways we thought about it. One, does the name say what we are, right? Women in Sports Committee, right?
Women in Sports in Nashville, right?
Does it need to be that intentional and say it?
Yeah.
Or was it something that was more playful and fun? And we went back and forth. And we'd commit on something and start altering all of our docs to go in that route.
And then we got a lot of logos built.
And then we'd like look at each other and we're like, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And it was like trying things on. Yeah. And we're like, is this the one? Is this the one? We have the list somewhere. We could always go back to it. But I think one day Emma was like, I just don't want to be that organization that sounds like an organization. Like I don't want it to be so on the nose that we couldn't be us. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you like to say it, and I've gotten just to say it with you, like we're not membership organization girlies, like in that traditional sense. And if we were going to build it by us, for us, and for people like us, we wanted to find something that fit right.
Yeah. And I think like we both have marketing backgrounds. We know how important a name is. And so we, one of the decisions we had to make is Nashville in the name? Is Nashville not in the name? We made the decision we wanted it to be in the name. Okay, Playmakers. Play is certainly, you think about play, you think about fun, you think about sports. Fun is one of our core values at Playmakers. And so we loved the word play. And then when we think about the word makers, that's truly about building, right? And when you kind of put them together, it's sort of like fun building, Playmakers. And it ended up just working for us. I imagine there are 48 other names that could have been just fine. But this is the one we got.
Yeah. This is the one that's stuck.
And we could grab the URL, right?
Yeah.
And
that's important too.
The Instagram handle wasn't taken.
Well, sort of, yes. And so, it's been a journey, but all of those things kind of come into play with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for us, we also wanted it to be something that we didn't get tired of. Because we would try things and we were like, oh, that would work, but like, would we want to see it written out? Would we want to see it on a hat? Like, what would we? Yeah. Like because of our marketing background, we're so visual. Like the colors were important.
Is the merch
logo was important. Oh my gosh!
Right? Listen. Yes. Keep going. But the merch is going to be cute. Yeah. To the point that we have people that like want us to start an e-com shop with Playmakers merch, which is a wild request.
You don't have one?
No, right.
Literally, we're working on it.
We got surprised by one of our amazing marketing and comms leads, and she surprised us the morning of the launch with Playmakers hats that we didn't think we were ready to create and make. And it was so like I just started crying. I was like, oh, because I'm like, I saw at my school, I have guest speakers all come in all the time, and I was standing in the back of the room just looking at this amazing guest speaker and enjoying it. And I looked around my room and someone had a Playmaker sticker on their water bottle. And seeing it in environment just made me feel like, oh my gosh, like I know how that matters, that visibility, seeing that. And then for other people to see it and not know what it is yet, but want to know what it is. And so for us, we were like, gosh, it's going to matter that when someone signs up that they get a gift and it's something that they can showcase or wear or be really proud of, and then have an opportunity to be in the city and see other women wearing it and be like, oh, me too. Like that we love. Yeah. So,
Part of that cool gang too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But a cool gang that we want everyone to be a part of. Yeah. Right? Like that's we're obsessed with making sure that people feel like they belong, right? And that anyone and everyone can feel like they belong in Playmakers. That's really important to us.
For sure.
And also from a marketing perspective, the name doesn't limit you. As the organization grows and, changes. It's not just limited to
women in Nashville and sports.
We thought about that too.
Yeah. I'm sure you did.
That was part of our like, could this change? Could this go to a different city? Right? Like, how do you, and it's like, oh yeah, just change the city name.
Yeah, I have like reminders everywhere to buy Playmakers New York, Playmakers Los Angeles. Because when we were building this, we were intentional to build it for Nashville. But that was a case study in if we can do it here in a city that has been building so hard over the years and really finding its footing in such an incredible way in the sports industry, then we could definitely build it somewhere else. And so for us, we really want to do it the right way, be intentional, build it in Nashville with the right people, and then have the numbers to prove that we're doing it right. I think an exciting thing that we are, thrilled to look at every morning and now are who's signed up in the memberships. Yeah. And so we're at 155 memberships.
Wow, in a week? That's great.
Less than a week?
In less than a week. Our whole year goal was 300. So
wow.
So
Congrats.
that is amazing. And then thank you.
Where's the champagne?
Yeah.
We had some last week.
Good.
So, but that's every morning, like waking up and seeing that has been really special because now we get to see it in action, right? For so long we've been building it, but there weren't the people that we could then show them the value of Playmakers. And now that we can start doing that, our first official event will be March 5th, the Women of Smashville at the Predators for Women's History Month. We'll be teaming up with them for an amazing game. And then our first fun social will be March 10th.
Yeah.
And so for us, that'll be the real big one to kind of prove that we can deliver on that promise, which is fun, ! Period.
Yeah.
Like that people can come be themselves, show up and find a community that has zero expectations for them other than
enjoy yourself.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Fun
And I feel like when you see 150 people in a room, that's going to feel, or more.
a little emotional.
Like that's going to be,
I would imagine.
Because seeing it on a computer is one thing, but seeing 150 people in a room, that is crazy.
Show up for your cause.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We saw 75 on our morning for our breakfast, our launch morning. We had 75 amazing men and women show up to support us. And that alone was really special. People that have said yes from day one were all there supporting us and so excited for that launch. And then the Metro Council delivered a proclamation honoring National Girls and Women's in Sports Day, as well as our launch. Yeah. And that broke me. That was like, that made it so official.
Yeah.
And so, like, we were accepted in this community
it's
in
validating.
such a cool way. Yes, it's so validating.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah. But to your point, like, I honestly hadn't thought about seeing our members in a room yet. And so that's like a wild thought to me. And
mentally prepare.
Yeah, that will be something.
Get some
else.
Kleenex, keep them on
That
deck.
will be something else.
But we are two very emotional people.
Oh my God. Listen, vulnerability.
And if you see one cry, then you're both
vulnerability
crying.
is a strength.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is a strength.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So going back, your interest in sports, where did that blossom from?
Mm-hmm.
I'm an athlete. Like, I think I came out with the womb kicking and didn't stop.
Sprinting.
I love sports. I love watching sports. I love playing. Grew up in a really big family. And so I had brothers and sisters and we all played. And so for me, it was just part of life was play and sport. And grew up in a family that allowed us to try a little of everything. So I tried almost all sports. I went to college playing field hockey, won a national championship with my sister on the team, which was amazing.
Oh, wow.
And I don't think I knew right then that I wanted to work and continue a career in sports, but so many of my amazing professors had seen that for me. And they're like, we're going to get you into grad school and you're going to continue on. And so I studied live and unscripted sports at Syracuse University, got a degree, went right to NBC Olympics and earned an Emmy in my first year and was so proud of that. And that was like just the start of so many amazing things. For me, I can't imagine working in any other industry because of how much I love it as a fan. Yeah. But at my core, it's so perfect. It's like innate drama, right? There's underdog stories. There's the Olympics happening right now is just the purest form, I think, of sport in so many different ways. You know, the celebration and the heartache. So I love it. It's just so part of
this
who
draws
I am.
you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You grew up with it.
100%.
I grew up playing every sport imaginable as well. Soccer, basketball, softball. I was horrible at volleyball, but I played a little bit. And also grew up an only child, but with a tradition of my dad and I watching sports every Sunday, whatever was on. So golf, NASCAR, baseball, you name it. And so I loved watching sports and learning about sports on TV. Both of my parents played sports, tennis, soccer, softball. And both of my parents played sports into me being 10, 11, like softball leagues as adults. And so I'd like go to the park with my parents, which was just amazing. And at some point when we I'm about to age myself. Finally got cable. I think I was like 15 or 16, and like watching ESPN became like my favorite pastime. And I would watch every single Sports Center just to see like Stuart Scott like deliver a line a little different on like the 10 p.m. than he did the 9 p.m. And it changed my life. Now, oddly enough, still at that point, I never thought about working in sports. I just loved it. I had always thought I would work in politics, specifically and only because I wanted to help make the world a better place. Like, how dorky is that? It's like, I just want to make the world a better place. And you do that by being a politician, right? So, so anywho, at some point I put two and two together and I was like, you know, there are a couple of different things that change this world and make this world a better place. I think music is one of those things. I think art is one of those things. Yeah. I think religion can be one of those things. And I think sports is one of those things.
For sure.
And if you think about like, where are the places in the world where you can sit next to a total stranger that doesn't speak the same language as you, looks very different at you. You can watch the exact same game and have the exact same reaction. And you're hugging at the end, you're high-fiving throughout the game, or you lose and you're crying together. A stranger.
Yeah.
Sports, right?
Yeah.
That's what sports can do for us. And so I am just a huge believer that I did want to change the world. And at some point, I just made the decision to do it through sports.
Yeah. Valid. Even watching the Olympics, you know, the Winter Olympics right now, there's been so many examples of what you just described. There's people who are from different countries. They're speaking a different language. They're giving each other commands, but they're all doing the same thing. And then you observe, I don't know if anyone saw the bobsled team that it was a
wild
mess. That guy could have died.
Yep.
And he got in, the rest of the team fell, but everybody rushed out to check on him. Every country to make sure he was okay. And I think that's what sports does, is it brings people together, whether it's gender, race, religion, whatever the case.
Everything.
You know, you're all doing one thing, and that's competing.
Yeah.
Fighting to win.
It is the global language. It transcends, you know, any language. Yeah. And so I think for us being here in Nashville and starting to connect the dots and realize that there's so many amazing people working in sports here that had never met, had never worked together, had never figured out how to go across the aisle between the Preds and the Titans, or, you know, the Sounds or what have you, and being able to find a safe space for everyone to kind of convene and come up with brilliant ideas on how we're going to make Nashville, let alone the sports scene, the industry, a better place, has been so fulfilling and so fun. There's a couple things coming up later this month where we're bringing, you know, amazing people in here to talk about sports, about women's sports specifically, and how we can change the game for the better. And I think those are the conversations that we're really excited to have, because being playmakers is one thing, but we're also real change makers at the end of the day.
Was one of the possible names.
Change makers?
Change makers.
I think that was on the list.
There's a couple.
Okay, that was on the list.
We'll see how many we can get out throughout the conversation. Just little Easter eggs as we go.
You mentioned the Grand Prix. Is that something you guys, I'm a big motorsports fan. So.
Oh, yeah?
Are you guys working with the Grand Prix?
Yeah. So Anne Fishgren, who is the president of the Bruschetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix, sits on our board of directors.
Okay.
And we love her, and we think that she's just a remarkable executive in the sports industry, and generally just a remarkable human. And we've been able to find a way that makes sense for us to partner with them. And so I too am a big motorsports fan. And so, yes, we are working with them. I think that they've got an opportunity to build a brand and to ensure that Nashville knows that this amazing IndyCar race is here and it's in town, and this is how you watch it, and this is when you go. And so we're excited to work with them and kind of help them get their word out. They're also going to sponsor a scholarship as well.
Very cool.
So we're really excited.
I think for us, it's exciting that Nashville has that, right?
Yeah.
That race has become so important to building what we can provide to people, tourists, fans here in Nashville. And it's just one more heightened, excited, moment in the summer. They're moving it to July now. And then the goal is to eventually bring it back downtown.
I remember watching it when it went past the Nissan Stadium, and it was just the coolest thing. The sun setting, the cars whizzing by. Like,
it's very special.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about your love of motorsports.
So I grew up watching Formula One with my dad. I was actually late to the hospital when I was being born because my dad was watching the Monza Grand Prix. And he's like, one more lap, one more lap. My mom's like, I'm in labor. I'm going to have this baby on the living room floor. Got to the hospital late. And so now my life goal is to go to Monza.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So I grew up watching Formula One every Sunday. You know, we'd watch qualifying on Saturday. Like
What's your team?
Well, it's a little touchy, but Ferrari was my team for a while.
Yeah.
But they've had a tough couple of seasons.
Did you see the Cadillac reveal?
I did. It's very exciting.
Very exciting.
Did you see that Michael Bay is suing them?
Yes, because they fired him as a director for their commercial and they took the idea.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for it all.
They literally had just released their car and they're already getting sued.
I'm here for the drama. I'm here for the drama. Always.
I'm excited for the
100%
Drive
for
to
the
Survive season when that comes out because I just hope they cover all of that.
Oh, what a world.
Because I want more of that BTS because I think it's fascinating. And I'm also like, is this part of the promotional marketing?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, it could be a PR stunt.
I mean, he's only suing for $1.5 million, right?
Oh, they
Which
could-
in that world
drop
is
in the
nothing,
bucket.
right?
They could pay that in a day. And
Or just donate it to Playmakers Nashville,
exactly.
right? Fund us for many years.
That's the right
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
Fund us for many years.
Perfect.
I love that. Yeah, I'm also a huge F1 fan.
Yeah.
But you don't find too many of them.
No, especially in the South because it's either NASCAR or IndyCar. But my fiance's sister works in IndyCar, so
Oh, cool.
if you ever need an IndyCar hookup, I can help you out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she works for Ed Carpenter Racing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So when they came to town, I was like, okay, this is awesome. I get to kind of see behind the scenes, but
Yeah.
motorsports.
So cool.
Motorsports.
But still,
Motorsports.
love go sports.
Yep.
Sports.
I grew up, my dad did motorcycle, like dirt bike riding
Oh, yep.
my whole life. And so I was exposed to that. And anytime there was anything motocross related, that was what was on the TV.
Yep.
So I am very familiar with all the sounds and smells and
Yeah.
whatever else of the
Yeah.
dirt bike racetrack. Which
In another life, because I've broken my elbow on a motorcycle too many times to count. This one in particular. In another life, I was a stunt person and or a supercross. Like I love it. I was on the X Games. I produced and I would be stage managing backstage, and I would just like love it. The brat, like I was like, I love it so much. Yeah. So if we could find fun ways to work in that, because Emma was also at Red Bull, so she knows that very well. I was at X Games, so yeah, we have that. We got a little bit of motor oil in our blood for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the motocross, nationals are here at a track called Loretta Lynn's, which is literally on Loretta
which
Lynn's
is really
Dude Ranch.
kind of the only
They stayed
true motocross track in proximity.
Correct.
There's not a lot of
They
motocross
stayed true
here.
to it. It like didn't change.
A couple. Alabama's got a few. Georgia's got a few. But no, Loretta's is sort of like the ultimate
Pinnacle.
I've spent many a year there sweating and dodging tornadoes. Which
Love Tennessee.
Yeah, we love Tennessee.
Yep. So
Awesome.
well, good. So curious question, since you both now shared that you grew up in sports, you've played sports, your family was in sports. Was there anything that you were coached on during your time playing sports that stuck with you? Almost like a sort of a mentorship, something that is just always something you go back to and think about.
So the first thing that just pops to mind is my high school soccer coach, Coach Rivas. Shout out Coach Rivas. He's amazing wherever you are. He's in California, I believe. I am a keeper, was a keeper. And, for many reasons, I was a keeper. And one of them was because I did not want to run that much. So you
took the most stressful job.
As a team, we had to run. And Coach Rivas would literally drive in his big old van, like beat up old, like tan van, and would literally like look out the window as I'm running, faster.
Oh my God.
Do not give up, Emma. Do not give up. Because, we had to do 2 miles in a specific amount of time, right? Like, and I made it, right? Like, no problem. But I just, like, literally him sticking his head out the window and saying, don't give up, right? Like, just don't give up. And so shout out Coach Rivas, don't give up. It's just like very simple, but sticks with me so often. And just also that there was someone who was willing to like drive his van next to me, right? I tend to be at the back of the line. And so he was like bringing up the rear. But I just like that meant a lot to me. Yeah. I'm sure you have a million.
I love my coaches. I'm still good friends with quite a few of them. My field hockey coach, Cindy Whitmore, is wonderful, and she was amazing. But I would say Mr. Cancelero, Mr. C, and his wife took me in his family. And I was struggling because I was not the best player on the team, and I didn't know how to progress. I was center mid, and I could pass, but I just couldn't finish. And they made me captain anyway. And I didn't understand. I didn't feel like I deserved it. And they were like, but you bring everyone together. You're such a leader and everyone trusts you and you're a good communicator. That's as important as being the number one scorer or the best defender or whatever it is. Like, that's what you're excellent at.
It's attitude, yeah.
And so that stuck with me because I think for the longest time, even in my career in sports, I've not succeeded to the point of being the best at everything. But just knowing that I'm a connector, that I can lead, that I can still do all of those things has stuck with me really well.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Good question.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
We all have coaches that you always think about when anyone asks you about your sports background.
Absolutely. Coaches, I mean.
Some bad, some.
Listen, I think that there's probably not a more important profession than coaching, 100%. And we need way more women coaches like in the world. And honestly, I need to actually just step up and do some coaching myself now that I'm saying that. But
in your spare time,
I think that coaches change the world.
Oh gosh, it's so important, especially to young people that their poor parents have full-time jobs. A coach steps in so many areas to fill a lot of gaps. And that is a heavy, weight on their shoulders. They don't get paid a lot. They're working a lot of times, a teaching job and then the coaching job. It's so impressive. And they don't get the credit. And they get a lot of, parents on the sidelines, giving them flack. But it's so important to the development, especially of young girls. Yeah. And more female coaches, if that was something that we could put energy into, keeping young women in sport and working through, because we see, what's the number? How many women in C-suite level jobs were former athletes?
94%.
94%. 94% of women in C-suite level jobs played sports. And that's important. It says a lot about how that helps you develop as a young person, what it gives you. Yeah. We say all the time, we love hiring former athletes. There's nothing like it. Yeah. People know how to work as a team. You know how to win. You know how to lose and do it gracefully. It really sets you up for success in business.
For sure.
A lot can be applied to your professional life.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Especially just in taking constructive criticism from a coach, like processing that and not breaking down or taking offense, shutting down. You have to take that feedback and keep playing. There's no
knowing
I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. Do you need to sit on the bench and process? No.
Knowing how to be coached is a gift, right?
Yeah.
It's a skill. Yeah.
Totally.
Love that. Okay, so we talked a little bit about coaches as mentors. Was there anyone else along the way that you felt was a mentor to you, whether it be, you mentioned your marketing backgrounds, just in kind of your rise through different careers, ultimately getting to this point? Anyone that you kind of met along the way or maybe still keep in touch with that helped to inspire you?
Gosh. I'm a teacher now. I'm a professor at Belmont, and I did not think I would be in this position. But I have to thank some of my professors, who, Dr. Hollenbeck, and just knowing that I could go to graduate school. I was not the best student. I was a hard worker, And I would push, myself in so many different ways, but never thought about, and I didn't even have the money to go to grad school, but someone believing in me, because I don't know if just getting a foot in the door would have been enough, for me to really kind of understand what was open to me in sport. Because that's one of the biggest things that we think about all the time when we started Playmakers is young men and women don't really understand the breadth of the sports industry. Even now, when we talk about it, they'll say, I can manage someone, I can athlete management or marketing, but they don't know what that even means. And so I think having a professor like that who said, this is not only an important step for you, you should go to grad school, but go to a grad school that has so much sport broadcasting and production experience that you'll be in really good hands, I think was really important to me. But I've not had mentors my whole life. And that's another reason why Playmakers has been so important. A lot of the women that I've worked with in sports have treated me pretty badly. And so being able to kind of fix that.
Right the wrongs.
Exactly. That's super important to me. Because I think sometimes even the negative fuels something inside you to say, I won't do it that way.
For sure.
And I want to learn how to do it another way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, like Erin, have not had a lot of kind of people that I would consider to be mentors. And it is 100% on me for likely being like not knowing how to be a mentee. I think a lot of that comes from like a bit of just like a fight or flight mentality that I have, which is just like, no, I just have to do it myself, right? Like I have to be the one that figures this out. Yeah. Which is just for the record, like do not recommend. But I have had amazing people that I've worked with along the way who have been so kind to me, who have been so supportive of me, and not for nothing, had I asked darn near any of them to be that role in my life, I am sure that they would have said yes. But like shame on me for honestly like not taking that step. And to Erin's point, as part of Playmakers, we're going to start a mentorship program. And so my hope is that what we can do is teach young women like the value of having a mentor, what that looks like, how do you set yourself up to be a good mentee. But yeah, I've had the most amazing people in the whole wide world. And also, not one person I would honestly consider to be like my mentor.
Sure. Yeah.
Other than my mama.
Well, yeah.
Who was like the best mentor
to
ever.
The parents.
Props to, she was she was the absolute best. Yeah.
Yay, mom.
Yay, mom.
Yay, mom.
Oh, I lost my question and then I thought of it. So with women in sports, are there areas where you see more weaknesses in terms of opportunity, like marketing or management, as you mentioned? Like, are there key sort of roles that you're like, yeah, that's a huge gap? Or is it pretty diverse? There's not really a short list.
So I think the first thing I would say is there's opportunity everywhere. And I'll just give an example. I was chatting with a young woman who is, I think she's a sophomore at Boston University, and she's in their sports like data analytics program. And she's the only woman. And we were chatting and she just said, I just don't feel like I fit in. I don't think this is for me. I thought that it was because I love data and I love insights and I love this and I love that, but it just didn't feel right. And first off, it's heartbreaking to hear, not surprising. But I said, listen, I've got some people I want to introduce you to. Thing number one, it sounds like you love this. And so let's find a way for this to work for you. Even if you may not feel right now in your specific program that it's perfect for you. And so I would certainly say a massive gap sort of on the science of it all side, on the data of it all side, not even to start with coaching, right? Where there is a massive gap.
Yeah. Coaching's a big one. Operations. Yeah. I would say a lot of women don't see the leadership that they need to move up in the right areas in the operation side of things, management side of things. We would love to see more women stay put places where they're feeling that friction. I think a lot of women, when they don't feel like they fit in, they'll, blame it on themselves versus a good fit at an organization, culture fit we talk about all the time. And so I would hope that we're able to show women that maybe if you're not feeling it on the team side, maybe you could be on the union side, on the league side, on that, just because that fit isn't right, it doesn't mean it's you, number one. And number two, it doesn't mean it's the position fit either. It could just be where you are. And so showing women that that role could look very differently in a number of different places. But we like to tell people sports is hard. Sports, and if you are a fan of sports, it's even harder because you will learn a lot about sports that maybe kind of will break your heart about it. But sports is an always on, especially if you work in live, especially if you work, on the field or in operations with a team. And so it's not for the faint of heart. And we want people to understand that. And not that we're talking you out of it. We just want you to be prepared and ready for what you are going to be, working within, so that you have an opportunity to understand that, you don't just, get thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
And have
Sink
those
or swim.
resources. Yeah.
For sure.
I'm sure imposter syndrome plays a big factor. That's just,
Yeah. And women feeling qualified to do the thing. And then combined with the fact that they don't feel community in where they're at. It sounds like what you're doing is tackling kind of both of those things. You're giving them community and helping them feel empowered to do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the piece of advice I give often is like, nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
We're all faking it.
Nary a one of us, right? Because none of us have ever lived this before.
Yeah.
Right? None of us have lived in this life before, right? We're all here for one time only.
Yeah.
And so, when you think, gosh, how could I ever do that? Listen, Tim Cook, we've never done this before, right? Like clearly Apple's doing all right, but every single person is kind of coming against new challenges that they've never seen before every single day, and truly nobody knows what they're doing.
It's such a good point. And it's such a good point. And we have a brilliant woman that's running our personal and professional development, and she's opened our eyes to how we talk about things and how only women talk about imposter syndrome. And men don't. But they also don't know what they're doing, but they don't talk about that because
Matt, I hear you laughing back there.
It's so true.
I was going to say, it's just that we don't talk about it. We just internalize it. and it spoils inside of us.
100%. And that's the actual truth of it, is men feel it too. But like women created a word, and now like it's become this thing that we talk about in a way. But if we didn't have that word, everyone would still feel it. But I think sometimes it's almost pushed upon women as if it's only us that feel it, but everyone feels it, like what Emma said.
And is it a self-fulfilling prophecy,
100%.
right? Like, so it's like, oh, I don't, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I had no business doing anything that I've ever done. And the only reason I figured it out is because I have sheer will and stubbornness to just not fail, right? And that's how I figured it out, which is like, just don't give up.
Yeah. Keep going.
The truck driving.
Yes,
just don't give
Now
up.
we all have that visual.
Oh my gosh, it's fleeting my brain. It's like literally I can feel it like going further and further away. We would rather women have the audacity to show up and say, I'm willing to try on every single hat, I'm willing to do everything, versus you need all of this experience, because I can train you in most everything, but I can't make you a hard worker, a team player, organized, good communicator. Like those are things you've got to work on yourself. And so at the end of the day, you can learn a skill, but it's that hardcore, those soft skills that you've got to show up and you've got to work hard and you've got to be dedicated to doing that and trying and not fail, or failing and keep going. Because if we stopped the first time we failed with Playmakers, we would have stopped at like January 12th. If we started it on the 8th.
Well, this was fun.
That was great. For real though.
Yeah.
Because I think, number one, we had committed and said to so many people we were going to do this. And so we were showing up not for ourselves anymore. We were showing up for a lot of people that were building this with us.
That's right.
So we would have not only failed ourselves, we would have failed a lot of other people, which is not an option to either of us.
That's right.
But for us, we wanted to fail faster. It's like, okay, we're going to fail, right? Like we're shooting
Let's
for the
just
moon.
do that early.
We're building something that we've never built before. We have no idea how to do it, but we're going to learn it. We're going to bring in people that are smarter than us to help us build it. And we're going to fail, but like, let's be prepared that when we fail, you pick me up, and then the next time we fail, I'll pick you up, and we'll keep doing that until we get it over the finish line.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very sports mentality.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of themes.
A lot of themes, a lot of things correlating. So that's really cool. That's inspiring what you're doing.
Truly.
Thank you.
How do you reach schools? Are you, well, obviously you're a professor at universities. You have Rebel Girls, to what degree that's involved with youth. Are you involved to the point of like speaking in front of groups? Like, how are you getting the word out to, how are you getting in their algorithm to?
So we've got an amazing membership committee. And as part of that membership committee, we have a focus on collegiate students. Luckily, we've got an amazing woman named Lisa Gracie who has worked at Red Bull and so has collegiate marketing experience. And so we've started an ambassador program on college campuses around Middle Tennessee.
Nice.
So that's how we are really focused on getting these college students in. It is our goal in 2027 to launch a high school cohort, which we would likely start with Metro Nashville Public Schools. And so we're going to do a pilot with McGavock High School this summer.
Nice.
Just to see like what that could be like. But it is our goal to bring in kind of juniors and seniors in high school as soon as we possibly can, because again, it's all about opening these girls' eyes up to like what could be.
Sure.
And that's super important to us.
Yeah. We had a dear friend of ours at the Pat Summitt Foundation introduce us to a young woman who's in high school, and she was interested in marketing but didn't know what it meant. We had a conversation with her, and she had mentioned a couple of the schools she was interested in and said Belmont. And I was like, oh, I'm a professor there. Come visit. I want to introduce you to a couple of people. And she came this past week, and she didn't know a sports school was an option. She didn't know that you could get a degree, yes, in marketing, but also with a foundation in sports. And so for us being able to reach women younger in high school, juniors and seniors that are making those choices and figuring those things out, will give them so much more opportunity to say, okay, yes, you can do marketing anywhere. Absolutely. You can take marketing and turn it into so many different things. Yeah. But also you could go to these types of schools and get an even bigger degree and richer in sports that has connections to the sports world that you can't beat. And so those are the types of conversations we want to be having with younger women to help them navigate those hard choices, because deciding where to go to school is hard enough, but having some people be able to say, hey, let us help you, let us think about this with you, outside of just your parents, I think will be a real relief.
And even just let them know that's an option. Like,
that's right.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
so.
Literally.
Like, I didn't know that until about 5 years ago. And I'm like, well, where was this when I was going to college? Like,
I certainly didn't know it either.
Yeah.
So it's like a career day where there's like, this is something you can do.
Do you love sports?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep doing it?
That's right.
There's options.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that was probably one of the, like, early in my, like, 18-year-old brain, like, the hardest thing for me to accept was that basketball was coming to an end. Like, dealing with that, with those emotions, like, I'm never going to do this again at this level, was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I didn't know of any other option other than, well, I guess I can play intramurals and I guess I can find a club or a rec league, but, like, it's not the same. It's just kind of people thrown together, all trying to find the same thing. So to be able to take the love for a sport or any sport and turn it into a career, into something that's still close enough to it would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's our call to action for a lot of women right now is, you may have a career in HR, in banking, in PR, and in whatever you do, that can convert into sports so easily.
Yeah.
And so that's also something, it's not just reaching these young women, it's finding women, you know, kind of mid-career, C-suite executive that want to pivot, that want to translate what they're doing into sports in some cool way. So I think that's also exciting for us is, you know, being able to open doors and say your skills translate into sports in these kind of ways, and here's how we can help.
Yeah. So cool.
I mean, if Formula One called me tomorrow, I'm sorry, Ensbank, I'm going to Formula One.
I wouldn't be offended. I'd be like, I know her.
That's right.
I work with her.
I love it.
Yeah.
This was so great.
So
you
fun.
guys. Thank
Do a big
you.
hand.
Oh my God, I love it.